Yo, what is up guys, Grim here, and today we're going to be covering my first Atlas strategy of the league. So this one's going to be a pretty big doozy. It's a completely insane strategy. It's really the best thing I've probably ever seen in PoE in terms of loot, and that is you'll see in the background here just how many maps we're getting. That is the Scarab map farm strategy. So this strategy revolves around quite a few expensive components, but as you'll be able to see in the background here, it's well worth it. You get so much stuff back. You're going to be making multiple results, most likely off one map. And this is definitely a sure thing. It works this way every time. I've done it quite a few times now in game. And the way you do it is first, you're going to need a tier 16 Eldered map. And this can be any Elder map, but I recommend most likely just Underground Sea. That is the best one to do it on. I've tried it on a few now, and this is the one which yielded the best results by quite a significant margin as well. So you're going to get your Elder map first. Make sure you chisel that thing up, make sure you alk it, and you want probably a few of them, and then you want to vial all of them, and you want to grab the one with the highest quantity. You're probably looking for around 120 to 130% quantity on there, and that's going to give you the best results, obviously. So you invest quite a bit in that. Obviously, the other maps aren't useless. You can run them later, so you're not losing any money on that, and you're going to be pretty good to go. Next up, you want to be able to get all the sextants you can, so make sure your atlas is complete. You don't want to be doing this with an incomplete atlas. At least 3 sextants for this to work really well. This video was done with 3, so it's all good. And 4 is ideal. You'll get even more maps that way. So that's that. Next up, you want to be looking at making sure that your sextants you roll on there are the best you can get. Now, the sextant mod you're specifically looking for and you really want to get is strong boxes drop 500% increased loot. So what this mod does, and we've used this a few times on the channel, is every monster that spawns inside a strong box will drop 500% increased loot. So it's 5 times loot from monsters in strong box. So this also affects map drops, which is the very important part. It's not like Magic Find. It will give you basically 5 times more maps from monsters. So yeah, that's pretty insane. So that's the first step. Next up, you want to roll the other sextants. They're not as important, but you definitely do want good ones. So yeah, definitely good. The next noteworthy one I want to cover is if you're using an unID'd corrupted map that you just so happen to get high quant on and unID'd, make sure you get the unID'd sextant modifier as well. That'll just make things even more insane than they are in this video. So yeah, with all the sextants covered, you got your map, you got your sextants on there. What's next? You're going to want influence. Make sure there's influence on there. That'll make it so that you get Elder and Shaper items from the boxes. As you can see, I've been getting a lot of them in the background here. And it'll just give you even more monsters in your map. And this is all about stacking everything into one map. So make sure you have that on there as well. And next up, what are you going to want to do? You're going to want to buy a prophecy called Monstrous Treasure, which is what is in this video and making this all possible. So remember that sextant modifier we just talked about? Monstrous Treasure puts every monster in the map into those boxes. So basically, it's just 5 times loot on every monster in the whole map, and you get the boxes for free. So it's completely insane. Currently, this prophecy is around 20 to 25 chaos, so super duper cheap. Nothing even crazy to worry about there. Next up, what you want to do is get to the juicy part, buy your scarabs. So the scarabs of choice are going to be a gilded cartography scarab. Make sure this is a gilded one, because this is what really makes it all happen. What the Scarab does is 100% more map drops. So the way this works is you have your standard map drop chance, you have your 500% increase, so you're getting 5 times more, and then you have 100% more. So it is really important that you understand that interaction, because let's say you get 2 maps, you times 5 it, that's 10 maps, and now you're going to times it by 100% again, so you'll get 20 maps. I think that's right, yeah. And that's how you basically get all these maps. It's pretty insane. So yeah, definitely do that. And you also have your increase on the map itself. And that's how you get up to that crazy number of 51 that I got from this video. But yeah, that's what you're going to be wanting. And for the other 2 scarabs, the ones I recommend are a gilded or polished or even rusted ambush scarab, because that's going to add anywhere between 3 to 5 more boxes to the map. And as you can see, I was getting 2 or 3 like maps a box sometimes in this video, so that can be really well worth it. You want to be getting those, so throw them on there. And then the other one, it can really be anything. I was using Harbinger, but you can use Breach if you prefer that, or even Bestiary or Perandus are pretty good as well. So yeah, just the third one can be anything, or you can even use a Fragment if you'd like. Actually, the Fragment's probably best, honestly. So yeah, all those things, you bang them all together, and then you get the results you can see behind you. So the maps actually aren't trivial. I would highly recommend that you like get a really good character going. I'm using just a pretty basic one, but it's pretty scary, so I had to get my friend's support in to help me, just because it was so terrifying. If you brick this map, you're probably looking at losing 60 chaos worth of investment. That's how much each cost, if assuming everything procs. But yeah, so you definitely don't want to ruin that. Get some friends in to help you if you need. I actually have like burnt all 6 portals on one of these before, so you need to be careful. I will just quickly jump in game and show you guys what this looks like in game. So, because I have all the materials here. So yeah, you're going to want a few Elder maps because your prophecy might not trigger every time, and that's going to be pretty important to be able to trigger that. So we'll just quickly go over here and we'll take a look at the Scarabs, if I can find it. Here we go. So here's the mapping one. You want to get this one. Really, really good. And then obviously here's Monstrous Treasure. So one thing I want to cover quickly is obviously the Monstrous Treasure isn't going to like go off every time. It's about a 1 in 3 chance from what I've tested, maybe a little bit more often than that actually. So you got a pretty good chance of it going off. One quick tip for you guys: if you're no longer running the maps and your Monstrous Treasure didn't proc, make sure you actually seal it, otherwise it will pop on a different map. Also, don't go into any Zana missions while you're attempting this, because the Monstrous Treasure can also proc on Zana missions, which has happened to me a few times, which is pretty bad. But yeah, back to what I was saying. So assuming that you don't get your Monstrous Treasure to proc, you don't actually lose any money at all. So if you've just got the Sextant modifier on there and the other Scarabs, obviously, and the Elder map, and you put the Gilded Cartography Scarab in, which is worth around 25C, you're still going to get 100% more maps, and that's still going to be insane profit in Elder maps. Like, even if you drop 1.5 Elder maps extra off this, you made your money back, which happens very frequently on Mad Ad. Like, the average map for me is like 2 or 3 tier 16s from a map because of this Scarab. So yeah, don't worry too much. It's basically impossible to lose money using these Scarabs right now. So I would highly recommend it. Even if there were even more currency, I think you'd still make all your money back if you sold the T13s and 14s and 15s and stuff like that. So completely insane. It's basically you cannot lose money. And when you do get the Monstrous Treasure to go off, I mean, like, I made 15 T16 maps off that, assuming they're around 18 chaos or 15 chaos. Let's just say 15 for math. Well, that's like over 200 chaos right there. That's like 2 to 3 exalts. I mean, like, are you kidding me? It's like 50 chaos for both of these together combined, and then you get like 2 exalts or 3 exalts back. Like, it's just insane. These cannot stay at these prices. Quick, buy them while you can, even all the way up to like 40 chaos. I think it's fine. You just make so much currency. But I highly recommend doing it on underground sea. Make sure you're chiseling everything. Make sure you file everything. And I would recommend also using the corrupted mod. The mod here, Harbinger, on the map. So you're going to be ending up with like 6 Harbingers, the boxes, all of that. Whew, it's just insane, guys. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little bit of a guide on that. Plenty more to come. I'm trying out some different strategies now. But yeah, enjoy this, guys, and get it while it lasts. See you guys in the next one. Cheers.